Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Greetings, everyone, from the city of Boston as the journey continues, the Odyssey continues, and the last day in the great area of New England, and we head back to sweltering, hurricane-laden Florida later on this evening. And
have you looked at the weather, what you'd be flying into?
No, I haven't.
In Florida? No, I haven't. I was just curious because I would, just you're up there in the cool weather. I was wondering if you knew how hot it was going to be. Not cool.
It was 87 degrees at the game time last night, so it was.
Well, that's maybe cooler than Florida.
It's a dry heat.
It's not a dry heat.
I don't think it is.
Humidity. It's probably very similar to what you're experiencing in Washington, D.C.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the same thing. But I got to tell you, man, I've changed my tune. I am telling you that I've probably been part of that baseball bandwagon that people talk about not being into baseball. Yeah. And I have to tell you, I recharged my baseball batteries last night. And my son going to the game for the first time was so special. Going into Fenway Park in Boston, it was just so very, very cool to experience the whole thing with him. And then to go in and see such a massive crowd of people still in this fine city enjoying their baseball on a hot July night. And I have to say this. Look, I haven't followed my Red Sox for the last couple of years. I really haven't. I've drifted away. I didn't even go to a spring training game. I usually knock one of those out every year. And you guys remember, for spectator sports, that was my whole life.
Right.
I loved it. I absolutely adored it. But I have to say, it's just so different now. And I don't remember in the last 5 times I've been to a Boston Red Sox game, having a game start at 10 minutes after 7 and walking out of the ballpark at 9:30.
You stayed the whole game.
Happened.
Wow. I did not think you would stay the whole game. Yeah.
I remember I was sitting with the last game. I think the last game I went to was with a bunch of golf buddies. It was, I think, might have been an extra inning game. I don't know, but I'm remembering something like 11:15.
Ugh.
We decided just to bag it. And I walked out saying at that particular point, I don't know if I'll ever go see a baseball game again. Now, if you haven't been to a Major League Baseball game, and lots of people in our audience are big baseball fans, so I know they have, but the coolest thing in the world is this little timer they have set up behind home plate that is, it has dramatically changed it. Pitch clock between inning clock. The only time I was aware that there weren't 20 seconds between pitches were visits to the mound, which I believe are also limited. And because of that, it does. You realize as a baseball fan just how much dicking around used to go on.
That's why people started fornicating in the stands.
That's right.
Or in the Toronto Stadium where they were in the hotel room and they caught them through the window. Met a lady last night that actually went to Toronto and fornicated. No, she actually went to Toronto and she had one of those hotel rooms overlooking the ballpark.
That's cool.
And put up Red Sox signs in the window. And oh my gosh, I just can't tell you. You walk in, you go to guest services. There's a first visit place where Michael will get a certificate. And look, my cousin's wonderful wife, Mandy, said something along the lines, Michael has the kind of face that people throw candy at, where he's just a charmer.
Yeah.
But Carla's a charmer too. And we're at this game, and we went to the bleachers out in right field, which was, I don't know if I'll ever go to a game not going out to the bleachers, because it was totally, completely free of that corporate world that you get when you get in closer. Excuse me. I could not tell you how much fun we had. And just everybody was so fun. And it was, we were right behind the Texas Rangers bullpen in Fenway Park. Unfortunately, no home runs came our way, but, and the Red Sox didn't hit any home runs, but they won the game. And Michael's first experience was absolutely
They led
incredible.
the whole game, didn't they?
I think they did. Yeah, I think they led the entire game, and it got close for a minute, but then it was over. But
I'm fascinated that you felt the speed of the game.
Oscar, like I'm a big one for.
I thought you
my
were
love of going to
tradition.
even a playoff hockey game.
Yeah,
where you know what it's like. You go to the Capitals game.
Yeah,
start at 7, out by 9:30.
That was that's the glory of a weekday game.
Yeah, you're home in time for bed. Yeah.
Like you destroy 5 or 6 cartoon-sized beers. They cut you off at halftime.
Yes. Yep.
Or no, end of the second period, and then you're like, at least I'll be home for a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
That's it. You're almost manipulated into functioning the next day, like I am today. And by the way,
no excuses.
Sorry, Rob, the Kettle One and lemonade. I had 2 Spiewaks.
Yeah, it's a good drink, no? Refreshing, no?
And then a couple of Trulies. And, it was delightful.
I have questions. And then just a couple of Trulies. No big deal.
Nothing, just, just 3 or 4.
Kettle Ones would crush someone.
Oscar, for my liver, Trulies are... Well,
oh, that's right. I was thinking of the Manjaro, and I was like, there's no way you can drink that much on Manjaro, but you haven't gotten your shot yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're completely unhinged. I love it.
Oh, it's going back to... No, I'm not completely unhinged. And, of course, I'm driving along with Carla. I hate to bring this up there. Because I hate it.
Yeah. 2 Kettle Ones, a few Trulies, a rum cake.
No, hold on.
It was a good night.
We're driving back down here to Boston, and we're driving along, and I don't know how it came up. I think we were thinking about what we're going to eat. And I said to Carla, Oscar said, I got up to get something, and Oscar said it looked like I'd gained 15 pounds. And I know what the response is going to be. So I weigh 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Well, it's true. And it's not true. But she said, I knew. I said, oh, you millennial Gen X, whatever you are. You all are this cut out of the same jib.
Yes.
Jesus, it was terrible. I was so bummed. But anyway.
He's right,
Last night, there could have been a problem as we're leaving the ballpark. By the way, a little over a mile walking to the game, little over a mile walking back. So in case you were wondering about, getting a few steps in, we did manage to do that yesterday. And speaks to where we are, the middle of the city.
Before we jump into, I guess,
weight loss,
what you consumed, can we just briefly get a moment for our godson's eyes of what Fenway Park looked like through his eyes?
Yeah, because the only thing I can compare it to was the first time, because, Robert was not raised in a sports household, but he developed a love of wrestling.
Oh, that's right.
And I took him to a real Monday Night Raw that was televised.
Big deal as a kid.
And it was, for me, as much as I don't care for wrestling, to watch him watch it is something I'll take to my grave.
Oh, well, you'll be happy to know that I took pictures of him walking into Fenway, and then when I got in, as Carla would point out, I got a little bit verklempt. This is a picture of Michael right here walking up the runway.
That's so beautiful.
That's marvelous.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's another one of him walking up the runway right there.
That's so sweet.
I love it.
I like having the computer, and that's him when he finally gets in the ballpark.
God.
That's where we were.
Look at that
out there in the bleachers.
And the next picture is the usher telling him, "No, you're not in these seats."
Like, no, son.
That's him looking at the back of the stadium because he's looking up at how big
the monster.
That's so sweet. He's like, there it is. He doesn't.
That's him getting his picture taken.
Oh
with
my
Wally.
God.
There you go.
That's totally cool.
In another universe, that could have been.
It's a lot easier for me to do this.
Yeah. Look at you.
Mike, in another universe, that could be Michael with Julia's boyfriend.
Now they have a fake setup for the bench, so he's sitting on the bench next to the catcher's gear.
That's cool.
I love it.
That is cool.
What else do we have here? Now this is him. The outside, there's a whole kids area outside the right field.
They do it right. They do
it's
it
a
right.
family thing. He
Yeah,
gets
they
to
do it
throw
right.
pitches
Look at that.
and do that kind
That's
of
so
thing.
cool.
It's and then oh God, in the continuing tradition of telling stories that diminish me as a man.
Yeah.
So it's just so embarrassing. They have Michael throws the pitch, and then Carla, of course, says, "Well, why don't you throw a pitch?" And I'm 64 years old, and it takes a while to warm up. So Michael,
you're spry.
I think,
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll go with that. And
Riding a bike.
He's just throwing a ball, though.
That's all.
There were a couple of kids that reached like 51 miles per hour.
Oh,
on the judge. Michael got up to about 39.
That's good. They have the radar gun right there. They can tell you the instant
the radar
replay.
gun right there. You throw into like a tarp, and I don't know whether it was too close or what, but I just didn't seem to really get up ahead of steam when I was trying to throw the pitch.
And what was I'm sure you threw more than one, right?
You get three. You get three.
Okay, and what was your
pitches to
best
throw.
of three?
33 miles an hour. I can throw a football far. I can.
Clear over that mountain, right, Uncle
far.
Rico?
I could throw it right over that mountain. I could have been state. You could have gone to state. That's what it is with that.
I don't think I'd do any better, Mike, to be honest with you.
What was the
It was
speed you
embarrassing.
achieved between the bleacher seat and the place that had the Kettle One?
75 miles an hour.
See, much better. Every
It's
man
also
has something.
the gun's set for kids, not adults.
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, if you saw 50s, then
Well,
maybe it was
It was.
calibrated.
It was-
I don't think
was big fun.
it's a ball.
Maybe the carny behind the net has some sort of like adults.
The toothless
meter.
carny?
Yeah. Do you there was a big to do about if they were real or fake tickets. We ended up coming around because we realized that they're affordable for some reason now.
Modern technology, Oscar, worked like a charm. No problem, no hesitation at all.
What was, I guess, with inflation,
The
cost of the evening?
Tickets included.
I can't total it because I didn't even know what we were paying, but the hooch is expensive.
Yeah.
But can I guess?
But,
I would guess.
Yeah.
$14 a drink?
I was going to say 12.
Yeah, in that ballpark.
Okay.
In that ballpark.
I get it. High-end bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was expensive because of that.
Did you have to pay for the pitches with the radar pitches?
No, that everything was free for the kids.
Baby Billy was letting anyone throw the ball there.
I had a Baby Billy.
Baby Bobble
Billy Freeman.
Baby Billy's
Baby
Bible
from the Righteous
Bonkers.
Yes.
You picture a carny there. Don't let anybody know. It was nice, fresh-faced kids that were doing it for free. Employees of the ballpark, Rob. That's
32 miles an hour isn't that good.
That's right. Now, if you get a 33 miles an hour, you got to give me a 20 spot. But no, it was the kind of I think a reasonable evening 10 years ago, 15 years ago for a night at the ballpark.
I just remember spending like all said and done with the tickets, Mike. That weekend we went, and mind you, and
our tickets were.
It was four of us.
At least 5 times per ticket.
Correct. So it was like I remember it was like a $1,200 total bill. We're like, F it.
And that's maybe being conservative.
Yeah.
Right?
That was just for the
Oscar
tickets.
was buying all the beers.
Just for the tickets.
I got the tickets, right? Yeah. Did I get the tickets?
No,
and you got the beers.
You did. You're right. You were very sweet. He did.
Yeah. But I mean, it was that Oscar's not exaggerating, and this was totally a different thing. I had a hot dog. Carla had a little tiny thing of nachos, and
you made me want to go to a Nats game. I kid you not.
It's so all right. I would urge you to do it because this has to be
it's a league. It's a league deal. We talked about it. We didn't understand it when they launched it this year. We were like, what are they doing?
They haven't marketed it.
Yeah.
They don't tell you.
They're not good at it.
People you didn't have time. I was so thrilled when I'm like, oh my God, it's and I always thought they played Sweet Caroline at the end of the 7th. They seem to play it at the end of the 8th, which I guess is what they did.
Really?
Yeah, I think they do the 7th inning stretch and then they do after the 8th inning, they play Sweet Caroline. And that was great. Oh God, that was so special.
So
did I get that?
How long since you've been? It's been 5 years since you've been to Fenway?
It's been close. Something in that ballpark.
So let's say that. How much was the experience?
JetBlue Park was 2015. 8 years.
Okay. So in the 8 years since you've
that was
been.
JetBlue. I've been to Fenway
Since then?
Since Jeff.
Oh, I thought you
yes,
swore
absolutely.
off the Red Sox then.
So, Mike, in the 5
No.
years that have passed, and it figures into the fact that you're going with a kid, you're sitting in a different section, how much has the experience at Fenway improved? Because what I can prove it to.
I'm not gonna say it's improved. What it did was I forgot that it's just it's a blast.
So it's always been great.
Absolute delight. But it's a delight to sit out in the bleachers and pay a reasonable amount for a ticket.
Yeah.
And by the way, the people we were talking to out in the bleachers, we had a lot of conversation with people. We were on the higher end.
Really?
We could have gotten those tickets probably a lot better. There are all sorts of things they do. And I think, in fairness to Major League Baseball, I think, but I don't know. This is Fenway. It might be different at other ballparks. They make an effort to get some of these seats accessible, but I don't know. Look, if it was a Yankees series, it would be totally different. That's the way I look at it. This is my son right here. He's putting his hands in the concrete where Jason Varitek had his hands.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
And all sorts of little stuff like that all over the ballpark. So making it accessible and not being Oscar will tell you this. Oscar, you know this about me. I used to overpay for tickets. I routinely did. I somehow thought for a baseball game, for a football game, you're going for the experience. You're not going to get a view that's going to be like a television view.
No.
So sitting out in right field, it's just sharing the experience and having a great
with your
time.
son, it's so with I went with my niece and nephew, and they're ungrateful, but. If they were younger and grateful,
so's my son.
I would have had a great time.
There's plenty of ingratitude.
It may come around.
Half
It may come around.
Half the game was spent with me saying, Michael, be nice to your mother. Be nice to your mother. And then at the very end of the night, right before, because Carla slept downstairs because we didn't want to use 2 bedrooms down here.
Right.
And we only had a queen in the guest room at my sister's place. So Michael and I sacked out together, and Carla was downstairs. And right before we turned in, he said, Dad, I really love Mom. And I said, you get up out of bed, go downstairs and tell her.
That's so sweet.
That's
and
great.
that was very
That
cool.
was a shocking confession.
Yeah.
Believe me. Probably beat it out of him. That was what happened with that. But it was, that's not the biggest story of the game. So the big story of the game is the bullpen. We are 6 rows in back of the bullpen, way out in right field. We're 6 rows in back of the bullpen. And where the Texas Rangers relievers hang out. And by the way, baseball players are so cool when you really think about it. All these pitchers, as the game begins, they do their they walk out to the bullpen. The long, tall pitchers looking like gunslingers. Here they come, the Texas Rangers, bing, bang, boom, I'm your Huckleberry, yeah. And so they're
doubt
making
they
their way
said
out.
that quote.
Well, I didn't hear them. I was too far away.
I understand.
But they're making their way out, and as they come out, they're throwing, and all these kids run down, including Michael, would run down to the railing, and like between innings, Michael a few times would run down to the railing, and there's this one particular usher, and Carla, what was the usher's name? I think it's Tom.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
gonna yell at
Tom.
me if I got it wrong, but there's an usher who's moving the kids out of the way. Because they don't want the kids. It's just policy of Fenway. Yeah. They don't want the kids near the railing. They just don't want them there. So they're moving them out. They run down again, moving them up. Michael's included in that. So this one usher, Tom, is walking up, and Carla says in more than a stage whisper, okay, all right, as soon as he walks by, run down there, Michael. And she's looking right at Tom, and Tom cracks up, and Carla cracks up.
That's funny.
So this is the charm of my wife, not Michael, my wife. Although Michael knows how to turn it on.
Sure.
If you give him a compliment and he's with family members, he'll be like,
there he is.
There he is, the
he's
shirtless
charming.
wonder.
There you go. So after Carla spoke to the usher, you want to tell everybody what happened, nice and loud, so people can hear you?
I got in a practice baseball who Raphael Devers hit in practice.
Who Raphael Devers, is that what is English a second language for you? Why are you sitting over there? You want to pull a chair up? Come on, we can do this. Slide it over. Come on,
Yeah, it's
join
a
me for
family
second
affair.
here.
Yeah.
You've got the camera. You're gonna have to get up on your knees though, like you did at the game last night. You all right?
There you
how's that?
are.
Oh, there he is.
Hello there.
Oh, that cup. Okay. Do you want to say hi to Oscar and Rob?
Hey, buddy. Did you have fun last
Lean
night?
into the camera. You gotta lean. Okay. Did you have fun at the game?
Yes.
All right. What was your? Can you get into the camera?
Good thing.
What? Oh, okay. He's doing his bit. Do your bit. Well, you just want me to keep
You don't
talking
want to ruin
as you're
it for him.
doing that?
Yeah, he's going to do what he wants.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
when he feels
we
it,
were at
Mike.
Fenway. We were at Fenway Park last night, and you were. What are you doing to me? What are you? What are you doing?
What's a new face?
Yeah, it is a new
That's a new
face.
face.
All right. What was your favorite? What was your favorite part of the experience?
Probably, it would probably be like the last catch of the inning.
Oh, you mean the last catch of the game? The line drive? Yeah, it was fun, wasn't it? How do you like Fenway?
Like it.
You want to go back?
Yeah.
All right.
At
we're
any
living up
point,
here now.
hey,
We're
Michael?
taking over my sister's house. Yes. Rob has a question.
At any point, did you see your father cry?
At any point, did you see me cry?
No.
Okay.
All right.
I have another question.
Mama
One
would answer
more.
that.
One more.
Yeah, Oscar's got a question. Lean in.
Were you impressed by the multicultural audience or fan base that they
You
have
are
there?
such a jerk.
Oscar's question. Were you impressed by the multicultural fan base that the Red Sox have? Now, see if he can pull that off. I don't even know if he knows what multicultural
Well,
is.
I'm sure he
you
does.
know what multicultural is? Different races and
Yeah.
people. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Lean in so they can
Yeah.
see you. He was giving you kind of a trick question and busting
Yeah.
your chops a little bit. So
But
say whatever
Boston's
you need
known
to
as
say.
being an intolerant city. That's why.
Yeah, but he says Boston's known as being an intolerant city, for other people,
Yeah.
for people who are just. Why are we doing this?
But do you feel in your
Why?
24 hours in Boston,
I
Michael?
don't like a lot of.
Well, he can't. I'm relaying these questions. So when you
Ask
give
him-
the 9-hour question,
Ask him that while he's been in Boston, has he felt tolerated?
hey, while you've been in Boston, have you felt tolerated? All right, get out of here. He's tired. We're going to go out to breakfast after this.
These are great questions for a 9-year-old.
They really are.
All right.
You may want to put him in a shirt for breakfast.
Mike,
Tolerance.
I was just in Boston. It's still lily white.
The bleachers were white,
Yeah.
peppered with your people, Oscar.
Oh, I love my people. My people.
There were many, many, many. By the way, somebody was telling me about the game between Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. Which did we go to the baseball classic when it was Dominica?
We were
Dominican
down.
Republic?
We were in JetBlue Park, and
Spectacular.
we watched the Dominican Republic play the Red Sox.
That's right.
That's what we watched.
Oh man, I mean,
JetBlue
look,
Park.
I think it's just. I give a big thumbs up. I would immediately go to a baseball game again
should
down
go.
here. It's just it's 9. Oscar was 2.5 hours.
Look, Mike.
Great.
We have been spoiled and blessed here on the show for not just the access, but the generosity of our listeners.
Of course.
Yeah.
We got a chance to see Strasburg's first game
Yep.
as a show.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to score and pay for, but go to last minute the World Series where the Nats lost the game but won the World Series, which is great.
Part of that winning
For
drive.
that series. I probably had some of the best seats I've ever sat in my life. The Lexus seats or Delta Club seats at Nat Stadium. We went to Yankees, Red Sox. Great seats, considering last minute StubHub seats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Mike's right. If you think about you preparing for a game, even when you're younger and you just know you're going to get hammered, even when you go to like an O's game, you prepare for a 7-hour excursion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can just do it and come home, why not?
Yeah, it's the best.
Yes. I mean, and I don't know. No, listen, I haven't been in a while, so I don't know if this is the standard, but people like our friend, the Moody's, our friends, the Moody's go to a lot of baseball games.
He broke it down to us on Facebook what the pitch clock was about. That's why I know what it is. I just didn't know what it was before.
It works, and it worked. Now, not a lot of pitching changes, and it seemed to me most of the pitching changes happen between innings, which is great.
Probably,
but still, they move it along.
Stops
They
the
move
cheaters.
it along. They move it along,
Or it makes it harder for them to cheat. Makes it harder for the cheaters to cheat.
Yeah, notorious cheaters, the Rangers.
I think it's great. I think it rocks. I really do. And by the way, they're not advertising any longer, but the Ultimate Ears fits.
Did notice
wireless
that.
earbuds
Well
for me
done.
today.
They are the best.
Yeah.
There's nothing like product
fantastic.
placement on our video presentation, Mike.
Isn't that great? Look at that Liquid IV. Look at it, that sugar-free Liquid IV. By the way, the first sponsor of the Mike O'Mara Show today. There it is. Oh, fantastic. Love the product placement.
Yes.
Right. And Mac, I don't know whether you're, having a good, Addison snooze today, but would love to have a picture of Fenway Park on the show today. That would be wonderful.
Like
Kind of a reach.
just
That's the type of thing. That's the type of
this
thing
is
where,
this is Mac. I'm going to say this just as a primer for the show. When Mike says Addison snooze, he by no means is talking about your debilitating disease. He's
Not
just
at all,
saying,
no.
like, are you going
Not
to
at
take your
all.
time with this? This is going to be like
not at all.
a come
Not at
in
all.
late to
No.
work day?
I thought it was a new. I thought it was a new bit.
Would I pick on somebody for a certain
An
medical
autoimmune
condition they have?
disease?
Absolutely. There he is. Look at how quick he is.
Yes.
Look at how quick
He's
Mac,
back,
I love
baby.
you, brother.
He's back.
I love Mac. I do. I love Mac.
I thought,
think
Mike,
that's
you were
great.
referring to a new bit, the Addison's News, where we would get all the updates.
This month, I only
This is
missed
so
one
cool.
day of work.
Are we doing the two shot now, Mac? Are we doing the two shot?
He's got the two shot going.
Yeah.
He's got
Yeah,
the two
I
shot.
love it. I know we're doing a lot of stuff with those.
No, but this is great.
Very excited. This is great. We got the product placement at Fenway Park.
We're like the QVC
I think I
of
see-
podcasts.
This is so good. We might get a letter from Major League Baseball.
I love it.
I think I see Mike.
There you
You
go.
got there early.
So you were up here, right?
I'm over here now.
You're over here now.
Yeah, I was out right field behind the bullpen.
now.
And yeah, it was a good time. Am I too far back, sitting back trying
No,
to
you
be
look
No,
comfortable
you
instead
look
of
great.
bleeding?
You look great. By the way,
yeah.
Kathy doing A-okay.
Oscar, stop,
Look
please.
Look at that
Please
mantle.
stop.
I
Please
think
stop.
that's
Please
got to be a
stop.
virtual
Please
background.
stop. I'm going to kill both of you. I'm going to kill both of you. All right?
Just as a furniture guy, I was admiring the high boy in the
Okay,
back.
God,
What's a high boy?
It's that piece
Please
of
be
furniture there.
play,
I thought that was
Rob,
an armoire.
Oscar.
We're talking furniture
Please.
here. What's the difference between a high boy and an
Be
armoire? Armoire.
Just be kind. Please be kind.
Armoire.
Be kind to
Armoire.
me. Be kind to me, okay?
Can you
Thank
be
you.
kind, Batman? Can you be cold?
Yes. But anyway, it's great.
See, this is how I know.
This is what stops me. This is what absolutely stops
this is
me in
how
my
I know
track.
I'm trashy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, that's just who I am.
Yeah.
I'm a DJ. Is
Hey, man.
there if my sister had a painting in her house above the fireplace,
Yeah.
I would immediately ask her, "Hey, did you get that at Bed Bath & Beyond?"
Well, welcome to our house.
Yeah.
that's
You
Welcome
didn't
to
ask.
our
You
home
didn't
goods
ask about the
decor.
oil painting over my fireplace.
but
You know,
it's Elvis,
summarily-
right?
Yeah, it's Elvis.
Yeah.
And Mrs. O'Mara might make an argument with this, but pretty much in storage up in Maine, every original family painted piece of artwork,
Like
I
oil
have
painted?
is- there's nothing.
Well, your dad
of
was
a
an artist,
personal-
I know.
Yeah.
And then they're all
Oh.
all in storage. They're not being displayed.
But why put it on the wall when you could put up a silver starfish or something like that? for
Oh,
Christ's sake?
sort of
sorry.
the lake life sort of style.
It's just
Lake
I don't know.
life.
I love the lake.
So Michael is
I've seen that.
Silver
running down,
starfish.
and then Carla busts the balls of the usher
Tom.
Yes,
named
yes.
Tom. Carla, was his name Tom? Oh, I hear a hairdryer.
Bob.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Is there, look, and I understand there are women that care and women that don't care. And of course, as you know, if you look at her, my wife cares a great deal.
Yes.
What is the deal? Is it really good for you to dry your hair for an hour and 40
No,
minutes?
Mike,
is it really?
Before we get the hate mail,
Carrie uses 2
Yes.
hair dryers.
my wife has been very clear with me. She said her hair is part of her identity and it takes work. So step off.
Look at that. I think I'm getting the hairline
Yeah.
there. There's the
Do you
O'Mara
want me to
hairline
forward
right
you
there.
some Nutrafol?
There it is. That's pretty close. That's like almost similar to what it would look like in the casket. Right there.
Nah, you're
That's it.
fine.
well, no, you won't
hey.
be looking up in a casket.
This is true.
Let's get it right.
I hear swatting in the background. Tom was the name of this usher.
Tom
And
Usher.
Tom says, "Are you guys going to be here for a couple of days?" Says this to Carla, of course.
Right.
I'm not. Look, when I go to a ball game with Carla now,
Yes.
it was bad when I was in my 40s. When I go to a game with Carla now, I'm not. I no longer exist. She is still.
Yeah.
Can I share a moment?
Please.
Please do.
I love this moment. We're walking the mile, a little longer than a mile to get to the ballpark from my sister's place. And but it's the thing about going to any big city is the youth movement. I freaking love it. I should
the
spend more
energy
time
in the city is great.
Because the energy, young people jogging, running
Keeps you
around,
alive.
beautiful, young, fit people all over the place. It gives you a little extra energy. And 3 co-eds, 3 boys, probably 19, 20, just walking down the street. And Carla's over my left shoulder, and I know the look. And Oscar knows the look, and Rob knows the look. You know the look when somebody's checking out your wife.
Sure.
You know that look. And I said, still, man, in her 40s, still getting it done. 3 co-eds, half your age, checking you out. There you go. Yes, sirree. All right, Mrs. Robinson, why don't we pick up the pace a little bit? Yes, sir. And it was just, it was sweet. It was a sweet moment. Lots of sweet moments. And
did they ask
really
her for her
great
OnlyFans link?
Oh, man.
How dare you?
I tell you, in a pinch. Oscar, now more than ever, right?
Now more than ever, people.
Wouldn't it be? I'd be justified, wouldn't I?
Sure.
You know? All it has to be is makeup tips wearing a bra.
And feet. Now, I'm not a foot guy, but
yeah, but they do have their following.
Feet. These pervs out there, they like feet.
Yeah.
And I'm not a foot
well,
guy.
I love feet.
Well, then you can take the
I'm
pictures,
a foot
Mike.
person.
Yeah.
You know, all I know is I've seen some of these influencers, and you know, I was doing some prep last night or today. I forgot, and there's some dude that goes to the Billboard Awards and wants to ask out his favorite influencer, and she's just the incredible plastic woman.
Yeah.
I mean, there's enhancement, and let me ask you this regarding the enhancement thing.
Yes, plastic
Gone
surgery.
are the days where plastic surgery and augmentation of any kind, lips, boobs, butt, what have you. Gone are the days where the goal is to make it appear real, right? It's Barbie-like.
Yeah,
right? Am I right about that?
It depends. I think the women that you just don't know the women that have had it done because that's not what they're going for. So there is no middle ground. It's either you just subtly do it or you go all out.
Over the top.
It was my main.
I think it's gross.
Your wife got
when my wife had her
plastic surgery.
All of her plastic surgery.
Different. That's different. I'm talking about that Kardashian
but that before we did it.
Did she offer cans before her face?
My concern was I don't want you to look fake, and I want you to still look like yourself. Because there are thousands of before and after pictures the doctor will show you.
Yeah.
And he'll do fantastic work.
They do their best.
But they'll go in looking like one person and come out looking like another. I said, no, I don't want that. And so I think it's like it's a 10 or a 1. Like Oscar says, it's either you look like Barbie or you don't.
I'm not going to say this woman hasn't had a nip or a tuck, because she may very well have. But I have to tell you something, old Tom Brady, if he sees those pictures of his wife surfing, and that physique that looks like it did when she was 18 years old, that's viral.
Yeah.
And
I haven't seen the pictures
yet.
On
her.
In those photos, can you see her feet?
Are you a foot guy?
I'm not.
I am not a foot guy.
I am a foot guy. I'm not a toe sucker, but I'm a foot person. I'll give my wife a 20-minute foot rub.
Look, I can tell when I notice when feet are not great, but they don't turn me off. They are what they are. They could be brick kickers, and if she's got a nice face, and
they are they're a very utilitarian part of the body.
Oh, only negative for Carla last night. Empty seat to Carla's left. Lady in back of her pops the feet up on the back of the seat. You don't do that. We didn't say anything. I didn't want to get into it. It was too positive an environment. But man,
not cool.
Your feet. How do people think they're nasty, stadium sticky feet with the nasty shoes? And she wasn't wearing socks. She wasn't wearing even the no seam socks. And it was just, there's her big. Carla taps me on the shoulder and said, "Stinky, stinky." I said, "What are you talking about? Is there somebody that smells near?" And she taps me on, and she points and she goes like this. And we look over, and there are the feet. The only negative in an otherwise perfect evening.
I got to stretch out my legs. I've been on my feet all day.
These varicose
I didn't even
veins.
mind the Russian guy. I didn't even mind the Russian guy in back of me that had a running dialogue for almost the entire game. I was totally
With who?
captivated by what
Or
was
just
going.
by himself?
He's got his buddy, and he's going,
Was he saying that in Russia, baseball pitches you?
In America, you buy hot dog. In Russia, hot dog buys you. Tribute to our good buddy, Gilbert Gottfried. All right, we got to take a break here. When we come back, we've got news all the way from Boston, Massachusetts to Washington,
Is it
D.C.
Boston-centric news?
No, it is not, Rob. And I don't know whether it's possible. I don't hear your music you're playing, so I don't know what you're sending to me.
We'll get into
we will
that.
take care of
Yes.
that.
If you can fix that during the show, that would be fantastic.
You got it.
Just cue me when it's ready to go.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody. Liquid IV is the #1 powdered hydration brand in America. It's now available in sugar-free. There it is. You're looking at it right now. Years in the making, Hydration Multiplier Sugar-Free uses a proprietary zero-sugar hydration solution with no artificial sweeteners, with 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, plus 8 vitamins and nutrients for everyday wellness. Liquid IV hydrates twice as fast than water, and look at those beautiful flavors right there. Keep your daily routine exciting with 3 new flavors: white peach, green grape, and lemon lime.
Nice
Not
job,
only
Vanna.
will you feel awesome, but thank you, you'll also be making a positive impact on the world. Liquid IV has donated over 39 million servings to over 50 countries. Be like me and drink Liquid IV. Real people, real flavor, real hydrating. Now sugar-free. Grab your Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier, sugar-free in bulk nationwide at Costco, or get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code TMOS at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you use promo code TMOS at liquidiv.com.
Woo! Woo!
Corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device. It's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
Fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we start out with Margot Robbie today. A lot of buzz still on the Barbie movie, and there's a scene in the Barbie trailer where Margot Robbie steps out of her heels and her feet stay arched.
I've seen it. Yeah.
They craft these little tidbits out of the Hollywood PR machine that makes a guy like me want to read this story on my show, and I give him credit for it. So that apparently is just like a Barbie doll's feet. I'm not going to go see this movie, but little things like this make me want to be curious. So she takes the shoes up, and the feet are still in
Mike,
that
would you
position.
please stop talking about feet?
Here we go.
There it is.
Okay.
There it is. There's the arch. Well, it's blowing up on social media. There haven't been any reports of an epidemic sprained or broken ankles, but so-called experts are already setting off the alarm. A foot doctor in Florida, yeah, of course,
Podiatrist.
that was probably contacted by the studio.
Exactly.
Says if someone attempts to pose once or twice, they will likely be okay and produce a great TikTok video. However, if attempting to pose in stride over long periods, there are some risks involved.
Don't ballerinas train themselves for decades?
Their toes.
Yeah,
their toes.
Yeah.
deformed.
Well,
Almost.
but just to even have
They
that
bleed.
muscle control, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
well,
it
the
took
ankle,
me years.
the doctor says the ankle can become unstable. Now he's turning into a mafia don, which leads to ligament sprains and injuries commonly seen with high heel use.
Hey, doctor.
Yes.
Don't
Yes.
you think
Yes,
that
Rob.
most of those Barbie dolls are garbage cans?
They're garbage cans with their thin waists and their perfectly shaped feet.
My God.
Feet.
For the record, Margot was holding onto a bar off screen to steady herself when she did it also. There was double-sided tape on the floor so her shoes would stay in place. So isn't that a nice
that
little...
works.
That's like Star Wars level
that we have.
special
Yes,
effects there.
yes, very exciting. All right, so we've both seen the, you both have seen the Indiana Jones
Well, Oscar's
movie.
seen
Here they
some
go
of it.
again.
Yeah, I've seen some.
Yeah, Oscar walked out. Rob thought it was sucky. Harrison Ford has made it crystal clear that he's done playing Indiana Jones. Ooh,
I'm
big
done.
I'm done, Mr. President. In an interview with one of the not always reliable British tabloids, Steven Spielberg said he's, quote, pretty sure the franchise will continue. Now, here's where the internet goes nuts again. He suggested it could be a woman who carries the franchise forward. Here's the quote. We'd have to change the name from, this sounds so fake. We'd have to change the name from Jones to Joan.
Jones is his last name.
But also he's got to be kidding.
Yeah.
Aren't names...
Indiana Joan, played by Joan Cusack.
Well,
Who manages to look stunning.
These days...
Look at this go! But
never mind. You win.
You do win. But I think they made a play to extend it with Shia LaBeouf, introducing him as Indy's son.
Yes.
And then when they were promoting Crystal Skull, he said the movie wasn't very good. And so they wrote him out.
And Shia, had his own issues that he ran into with substance abuse.
Yeah.
By the way, Shia LaBeouf means Shia steak.
It does?
Oh, yeah, it does.
Shia rib roast. We have that every Christmas at the O'Mara
The
house.
Crystal
The
Skull
Shia LaBeouf is ready.
was so terrible that I thought they'd be done making movies.
Like everybody?
Well, no, just the Indiana Jones franchise.
It was no good. It wasn't no good, Mike.
How do you think they pay for their private jets? Huh? How do you think they do that? Huh? All right, movie news. Continuing on with movie news later. Tom Cruise is inspired that Harrison Ford is still going strong. He says, quote, Harrison Ford is a legend. I hope Tom Cruise says, to still be going. I've got 20 years to catch up with him. I hope to keep making Mission Impossible films until I'm his age.
Oh, God, I hope so.
Oh, no. His grip was weak. He fell off the helicopter.
He's still doing his own stunts.
I'm going to go see
61.
both of these this weekend. Because
Mission Impossible out now?
It comes out tonight, and so does Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer.
Oh,
I want to see that.
I heard that is not a movie for the faint of heart. Like there is
there's information that would make you
not just information, but you were dealing with a nuclear weapon.
Did you see the trailer when you saw Jones?
No.
The trailer, the audio, what they've done with their mixture of overwhelming noise followed by silence is staggering.
I saw and read one review, two separate reviews. Saw one review where a guy was like basically weeping after seeing the movie, walking out of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then another written review that said, look, you got to brace yourself. This isn't just like a science film.
Is the reason for that because of the idea, the concept that we dropped the bomb, or is it the idea itself of nuclear weapons, which I think people don't? They file it away that it's a certainly dangerous.
I'll be able to tell you. I'll be able to tell you.
According to the trailer, they kind of make it be the main conflict is dropping the big one without really knowing the results.
Yeah.
They look at this guy. Oh, look at this guy.
Yeah, so they didn't know whether it would literally light the atmosphere on fire.
Hey, Mac.
Yeah.
Right now.
I know. I'm looking for a good shot.
Less talking, maybe an atom bomb
just
behind us.
Just the mushroom cloud, Mac.
He likes his showbiz.
Yeah.
No,
you know what? We love
I'm
talking
so
to
into
you,
it
Mac.
now.
Yeah.
Oscar, did I not send you a
pictures
nice
first,
text about how
words later?
Did I see how this will sum up sometimes what I'm thinking in a simple sentence? Pictures first, words later.
That's right.
There you go. There it is.
Yeah, I know that in the movie, the actual shot of the nuke is a practical effect. They got the amount of TNT that first nuclear bomb was and actually set it off. Wow. It is a real explosion the same size of the original nuke.
And they did it outside my house on July 4th.
All right, let's move on, shall we? You're not necessarily old if you do this. I don't even know whether I do it all the time or not. Everyone younger than you will see you as an old person if you do it. I'm talking about Gen Zers making fun of people who scroll their phones using their index finger, which, yes, now I know I do it. If you use your index finger, the young person way to do it is to do it with your thumb. That's not just one person's opinion. A recent poll done by the scientific organization, the makers of Candy Crush, found 80% of Gen Zers use their thumbs to play. It drops to 67% in millennials, maybe because when older people first got touch screens, they used a stylus. I don't know.
I'm
one
thumb.
meme. What's that?
I'm
He's a
thumb.
thumb guy.
I had to pick up my phone and actually see how I do it.
I'll do both.
Yeah. You know what? For certain, like if you're putting in numbers, I would use my finger, I think.
Let me show you how I do it when I scroll.
Yeah. Mr. Powers.
You know they sell. They actually sell a third-party ring, like a wedding ring, but a smart ring that allows you to flick the ring so you will actually scroll that way.
So it's like a Bluetooth ring?
Yeah.
Like it's a wireless where you can take the ring and go like that?
Yes, or you could just touch your ring and it'll go to the next video.
The bad news is the ring lasts as long as most marriages.
Thank you, Rob.
Top of mind over here.
One meme summed it up like this. It shows a picture of someone using their finger to scroll with the caption, "Pretty sure every mom in the world texts like this." So there's that.
There you are.
I think it's fair to say that now, if you're in your 40s and 50s, like we are,
Yeah.
and Mac's in his 30s, you're 30, Mac, now? What are you?
Yeah, I'm 32.
32. So the technical divide is going to be shorter and shorter and shorter because we're all living in this world
Yeah.
of smartphones and smart glasses soon enough that it's going to, the fact that my mom's 7 and my father's 8 in his 80s and my mom's in her mid 70s and Consuelo's behind
Hi.
me, by the way. She's
Come on in.
She wants to say hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi.
Don't mind us.
Hi.
Thank
Hi.
you.
How's it going?
La cocaína está
Just
arriba.
doing a little show here.
Perdón.
I'm Kathy's brother.
Yes, the younger
I'm not
brother.
a squatter.
Yes, he's a Hollywood
Yes.
star.
Yeah, we have
Don't-
called
Thank
we
you.
have called the police.
Please don't stare at him.
Thank you. Thank you
no
very
autographs
much.
till after the show.
Yes.
So
No selfies.
yes, thank you. La cocaína y la marihuana está arriba en el cuarto de la esquina.
You can't fake it. You can't fake it.
You know,
Oh, God. Not
Kathy's
really.
doing pretty well.
Stop it.
Oh, come on.
That's not what he
Oscar.
wants to hear.
Paul Kudu.
All right, let's move on. Hit the thing. Come on, let's move on. Oscar's so filled with joy right now.
He is.
IHOP is folding pancakes in half and calling it a cultural innovation. Not sure about that, but it can't be bad either. Pancake tacos are now on the menu. Turn around so the light's better, so we can face the rest of the room.
We
Faster.
didn't know a cleaning crew was coming
I had
through.
no idea.
Pancake tacos. So this is after the full-blown analysis of the furniture.
Well, there's probably not
Kill
a
you.
speck of dust on it.
I'm
They
in
come
trouble
twice a
today.
week. I imagine.
Pancake tacos. That's what I want to talk
Tuesday,
about.
Thursday?
They're-
Yeah, Tuesday, Thursday.
They're
schedule.
on the menu at IHOP nationwide. They tested the idea out last summer at a location in Houston that sold Choco pancakes. It was their take on the Choco taco that had just been discontinued. That one had vanilla ice cream and chocolate sauce on it, but it didn't make the final cut. Apparently, instead they're offering 4 other types that all come wrapped in a silver dollar pancake. 2 are sweet, 2 are savory.
You know,
Yeah.
they're missing a big opportunity to promote. How about this? Hoppenheimer.
An explosion of
Very
flavor.
exciting.
An explosion of flavor.
Do you? Sounds like a crepe
yes.
to me,
Not on a
It sounds
silver
like a
dollar
crepe to me,
pancake.
too.
right?
A little thicker. Strawberry cheesecake with chocolate chips, caramel banana with chocolate chips, and a fried chicken one with hash browns, gravy, and pickles, and a breakfast pancake taco. I don't like the sweet. I never liked the McGriddle.
They
I'm not a
need-
fan of that sweet and
They
savory.
need to get
Don't
their
like it.
S together at IHOP.
Jesus Christ. I can't even hear myself thinking right now.
Why?
I should have picked a better room. Anyway,
You said
we
the
might
same.
be doing a
You sound
a
great.
change in location.
You sound
Okay,
great.
good. I'm
Yeah.
glad. All right.
Do you want me to tell you
that's
how to
me.
tell them, please don't vacuum until I'm done with my show?
It's 3 for $6, but they have to be the same kind. You can't mix and match. They're not going all in. They're only available through the end of
And
July.
if they're
So
truly
there's
silver dollar pancakes, they may be
No, no.
too small to hold enough toppings to be effective.
that. Thank you.
Yeah, but the density
Rob.
would hold them.
I don't like IHOP.
Right. Okay. Moving right along. A new study in Australia found that we tend to be more attracted to people who look like us and have similar facial features. If you want examples, just Google celebrity couples who look alike. You'll find tons. Researchers recorded over 2,000 speed dates had each person rate their date's facial attractiveness and found they gave the highest ratings to dates with similar features.
You know what?
Certainly true in my house.
Well, I was going to say, going back, like in the 1985, Valerie Bertinelli and Eddie Van Halen were the same person.
Absolutely.
They looked just alike.
But good-looking couples tend not to stay together. I'm going to paraphrase. There's a comedian, and it's not Matt Rife, it's somebody else. But he said, look, ladies, if you want to be in a happy relationship, just get a no-go. This is his words. You can do whatever you want, and you'll sit there in front of him, and he'll be upset for a little bit, but then he'll realize he can't do any better, and he just keeps it rolling. No friction, no drama. He's not leaving you. He's just afraid of you leaving him.
And if you happen to marry a beautiful woman, you'll live your entire relationship in a state of constant paranoia.
Yeah. And Mike, another fact that proves this is Mac is getting serious with Ed Sheeran. So
good luck to him. I think they make a lovely couple. But anywho, moving right along. Now a little something for you boys.
Please.
A 51-year-old man will be in court in September after having a little too much fun on the Canadian Lake Christina. Canadian Mounties were called to the lake. All right, that's right now.
I don't know where Christina is.
Canadian Mounties were called to the lake around 1:40 p.m. on Thursday, June 29th, for a report of the man being intoxicated in a canoe.
Oh.
When they got to the man, he refused to comply with the directions of the officers. The man eventually made his way over to a dock, jumped out of the canoe, and hid under the dock for several minutes, again refusing to comply. Finally, unwilling to wait for the man to come from his hiding spot, a Mountie was forced to go into the water and haul him out. He was arrested and charged with, I guess, drunken canoeing. He was released once he was sober, but he will be back in court regarding the matter in September. In his defense, he said he was practicing for the American invasion, according to Rob Spiewak, which we all know will be via canoe and snowmobile. There you have it. Thank you. We'll take a break and come back with more fun and more thrills and all the goings-on up here in Boston.
They're coming, Mike. They're coming.
Quite know what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. You ready for me?
Yes, go.
Oh, sorry, I can't hear it. Get to know Legacy Box, the ultimate solution for preserving your precious memories. Don't let your box of old home movies deteriorate in a hot, damp, musty box this summer. With Legacy Box's Save Your Tape sale, you can easily access and you can protect those memories. Do it forever for only $9 per tape. It's like magic. Simply send in your Legacy Box filled with VHS tapes, camcorder tapes, and pictures. Their professional team will digitize everything and return it to you on a thumb drive or in the cloud, along with your original item. Experience the amazing feeling of bringing your past into the present and preserving it for the future. We have all used a Legacy Box. We love it, and you'll love it too. You can't put a price on memories. Don't let this summer's heat age your videotapes, film reels, and fade your photos. What I want you to do is I want you to visit legacybox.com/TMOS to shop their $9 tape sale. That's legacybox.com/TMOS to unlock this incredible offer. It's meant to be. And we say thank you to Legacy Box. All right, enough about me. What about you boys? What the hell is going on up in Washington, D.C.? Is there smoke? Is there fire? Is there crime? Is there what the hell's going on?
I was tickled to find out yesterday that the air quality took a tick to the worse because of fireworks smoke yesterday.
And I heard that the heat and humidity here in Boston is causing the Grippleys of pollution, namely automobile fumes, to increase the ozone. Do you have an ozone issue down in D.C.?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so air quality. I went out. It was actually rough yesterday. I was shocked. I walked back. She goes, "It's a code orange. Don't you read the news?" So I was like,
yeah, it is
touche.
Here too. It is here too.
Touche, Mike. I wanted to. Now that I have you here, there's a higher level of crime this summer than there has been in the history of the district. And I didn't know if you ever felt when you lived here that the city was dangerous, especially when you're like in Northwest and this whole, like the nicer areas of town.
You know, as far as I grew up in the 70s, and so I was in downtown Hartford, Connecticut, and I guess the word for it would be mugged. I got mugged. I got basically somebody hassled me and pulled out a knife with a gang of guys when I was like 13, 14 years old. We would go, before that, we would go into Hartford. You know, it was such a different time. But I was going to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, and then I went over to G. Fox's. That was the name of the department store. And I went through a period of my life where after that, I was super freaked out about crime and about crime. When I finally got to DC, I was never acutely aware until they started having issues in your neck of the woods, Oscar, where the crime in Georgetown
someone got stabbed at a bus stop last summer. I remember that. Yeah.
It's just ticked up.
Stabbed to death.
And it's always been there. It's always been there in that area.
I'm used to a city having crime. That's not not that. It's, and I'm used to the headlines that come with it, right? And coming off of 4th of July, you know, sadly across the country, there's just been a bunch of celebrations that went sideways. And I can't equate it to anything except for the world's opening back up for real this summer, and everybody's back out, and they think this is like their only time to live, and they're throwing caution to the wind. But as I was reading this article, what they, outside of the violent crime, they said another big issue is pickpockets. And I felt like pickpockets was like a lost art.
Yeah, like the 1920s.
And then I was sitting there with Shannon reading this, and I said, have you ever had anything stolen from like a phone or anything? She said, no. I said, the only other time I've ever heard of a pickpocket situation, and I'm not counting the incident at the cake store with my mom, because I know she left her wallet somewhere. I know she did.
That's an outlier.
Even though she says that, you know, someone stole it from her cart, and we did see the security footage. I just felt like she was somehow waving it around, asking for it. I'll just give that, forget about that incident. When we were in Latin America, there was a lady that was putting a little, it was for one of the religious holidays.
Yeah.
And we're in Bolivia. And we were walking to a church, and someone said, oh, let me put a little cross on you. So she's like, oh, yeah, I want a little cross on me. My mom with her big fur coat. I'm sure that's smart. And then someone had stolen her purse because the cross was going on. Someone grabbed her pocketbook and rolled out. So apparently there's like a gang of teens. And these aren't like just, they're saying they're foreign exchange teens running around the DC area. And it's like a syndicate of pickpockets. So
do they run like a distraction and then grab the wallet?
Especially on the metro.
Yeah, I can see
on
that.
The metro too. And are we talking about legitimate, deceptive, old school style pickpockets where you don't realize they're hitting you, or they bump into you and they do the grift?
When Mayor Bowser was on talking about the crime, and then somebody asked, it's like the throwaway question, what about the pickpocket situation? And I thought you guys misspoke. I said, who pickpockets these days?
Very, very old.
Because I thought we've gone to like scanning your cards or cloning your cards or cloning your phone.
Exactly.
Right.
No.
Well, you know what? If you're worried about that, that's why you carry this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Don't to pickpocket this, okay? Or maybe it's easier. I'm sorry.
No, you can't.
Say that.
But they pickpocket.
It's heavy.
They pickpocket your phone.
Michael is a little bored today, so he's hanging around.
Hang out. Learn about the world.
What are you saying? What? Yeah, no, you're not. Go see your mother. Go see your mother, please.
Tell her
Daddy's
you love
working.
her.
This is the bit. There's apparently machines at Walmarts around the country that will pay you cash for your old cell phones. So what's being stolen is not just your wallet, Mike, your phones.
I don't know nothing about that.
So you put the phone into this Coinstar machine.
Phone Star.
And it spits out like anywhere from $200 to $450 to $300 cash.
Really?
And they're stolen phones.
So they're just putting the phone in and willy-nilly?
willy-nilly.
Anybody
Boop,
can dump
scans,
a phone
whatever.
in
It
there?
scans your phone and dumps right into the Coinstar machine, and then you get the cash. So they've had
So
multiple
you
What
just
incidents.
could
have to-
possibly go wrong?
You just have to run to Walmart and dump the phone.
Multiple incidents of people
Oh my
going
God.
and using Find My Phone, if you have an Apple
Yeah.
device, and walking directly up to the iPhone Coinstar machine,
Yeah, Phone Star.
and then having to have police come and open the machine up to grab their phone out of the bin.
Not to derail,
This is-
but don't you have to make sure your phone is unlocked before you
I
deposit it?
don't know the details.
You gotta
I
know how
if
this
it's
Phone Star works.
Well, the fact that they
I
can
don't
even
know
get your
about that.
phone.
I don't know about that at all.
But if
all I know,
that's a quick
is
buck,
there-
right?
Well,
Yeah.
we're the belly of the city right here.
Yes.
So, and we plan on bopping around. I gave Michael, this is a true story, Oscar. I gave Michael a little primer.
Mm-hmm.
I said the key to walking around the city is you act like you've been there before.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you are wide-eyed and you stare at people, or a siren in particular is a
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah.
If a siren goes by because it's all day, all night in the
Yeah.
city, you don't go, "Ugh," and you don't look at the odd people, because if you make eye contact with them, that
They
can
know.
be problematic.
They know.
That's an
They know.
overture.
Try to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
So you really just kind of have to walk with a little bit of a, well, you're a city dweller.
Yeah,
You know what
swagger.
I'm talking about.
I like to walk by people when I think there's stranger danger. You feel it.
Yeah.
I do a little different. I do it a little differently when I'm in the city.
Yeah.
Oscar goes with the swagger and kind of looking tough.
Yeah.
So
And then
doesn't get
I
bothered.
make a fist.
Yeah, I go full the other way. I go, you're afraid to confront me. So I'll go walking down the street. I'll be like, oh, no, Squire. I don't want to. What are you doing? I don't know. I actually do my Jim and Ignatowski
I thought
impression.
you would.
all through the
crazy.
city.
I thought you were gonna go, but you pretend you're on the phone. So I says to him, "F me,
No.
F you."
That's right.
Excuse me. Could you tell me where a convenience store is? Thank you.
Oh my God! Look, the homeless situation is as bad as it is in other cities. Maybe not as bad as San Francisco, but it is.
Yeah.
I haven't felt like, I guess, scared outside of that one time in the depths of the pandemic when I tossed the guy the Gatorade because I was walking out of Wawa.
I remember.
And it struck him in the head, and then he fell into all of the tables outside of Wawa, and then accused me of striking him, and I ran away.
You meant well.
Every good deed. No good deed goes unpunished.
But-
Exactly.
There you go.
But that was the last time, and that
Why
was
do I
in the
remember that story differently?
because that was in the
Rob? I didn't
depths of
know
the
he-
pandemic.
No, and
Wow.
that's what happened.
Yeah, because I
You
tossed
hit
him the
in you hit
Gatorade.
him in the head?
I tossed him the
He
Gatorade.
thought it was during the heat. He thought he was doing a
It
good
was in
guy.
the depths of the pandemic,
And he tossed him a Gatorade and he clonked him. And he
right in the head.
made her. And it was when Wawa was new.
Yes, Wawa was new, and there was all these steel seats outside so people could sit out there, and they went clack, 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 clack.
Yeah.
He struck me, and I just ran to the building.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
10
No,
10
that-
p.m., nobody around.
What people don't realize now is that Oscar, the guy lives with Oscar.
Yeah,
Oscar
we took him in.
He felt so
thought
bad.
that
That's
was
the way
nice,
that goes.
Oscar. Yeah, it's really
that's
sweet.
it. We got to take a break. We'll cover. What is that list or something about South Florida you had
Oh,
yesterday? We never
dialect.
got
That's
to that.
a dialect that's coming to power in South Florida.
Oh.
I want to know if
All
you've
right.
heard about it. Oscar can
Very
help
good.
us with it too.
Please.
So.
We'll do that when we return. You, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to cue me because
Okay.
I can't hear it. Listening to the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, whether you're heading out on a road trip or you're rushing through the airport, why not skip the usual stress of vacation travel and chill out with Dadgrass? All their products are TSA approved. Groovy, Daddy. Dadgrass is legal organic smokable hemp that relaxes your body and mellows your mind. Their 100% organic pre-rolled joints are very low in THC and they are high in CBD, so you can enjoy the effects of cannabis while keeping a clear head. Chill out without getting stoned. It's kind of like having a glass of vino, but not the whole bottle. Dadgrass also offers the finest tinctures and the finest gummies on the market. All the mellow goodness, no smoke required. I am a fan of the gummies. They are wonderful. All Dadgrass products are federally legal for ages 18 and over, and it ships right to your door anywhere in the U.S. Plus, it's TSA approved.
Love
It
it.
is.
I could take it right now.
I've traveled with
right
it.
now. Dadgrass is offering our listeners
Take it.
20% off their store.
Yeah, during the holidays is a must-have.
when you take it.
Ho, ho, ho.
When you go to Dadgrass. Did I have one before the show? .com/TMOS. Honey, did I take my Dadgrass
Mike,
yet?
it's in my backpack when I go through TSA, and they say
That's
nothing.
exciting.
Yeah.
I didn't bring my my gummies with me on this trip. I wish I had.
You'll be home soon.
Go to dadgrass.com/TMOS for 20% off your first order. That's dadgrass.com/TMOS. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show from the wonderful city of Boston, where the Boston Red Sox were successful in knocking off the Texas Rangers last night by a score of 4-2.
Nice.
Way to go, Sox. Nice job.
Sox.
Rob Spiewak, I returned to South Florida. That's my imitation of the plane landing.
Yeah.
This is the happiest you've been in your entire trip, by the way.
Because he's going home.
No, I was happy
That
up in
is
Maine.
so mean. No, I meant
What?
that you had such a wonderful, like, once in a lifetime experience with your son.
Yeah, you are very cheerful.
Oh, yeah.
This is
Yeah.
it's
Well,
nice.
I was very up. I have to be honest with you, I'm very up with what has been done with the show the last 24 hours because as I told you in the text, I love the new video. I think it's very, very cool, and I look forward to having that. It's just a real enhancement to the show, and as soon as we learn how to implement it, it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, there is linguists say a new English dialect is emerging in South Florida.
Oh.
And I'm curious if you've seen this at all. And it has to do with mostly people, there is a large Latin Hispanic population.
Okay, so I was going to find out right away whether you were going to the East Coast or the West Coast, so I get it.
Okay.
All right.
Can you clarify? Look, accent and dialect, what's the difference?
A dialect would be a style of speaking, of actual words.
Like
No,
Creole?
a dialect is an accent.
Well, no, a dialect, because this doesn't involve an accent at all.
Mac, what is the dictionary definition of dialect?
Yeah, throw that up.
I'm looking up.
I always thought it was like I have an accent, but
Right.
then a dialect is like, oh boy, I'm from Baltimore.
No, a dialect would be,
That
can
was
say,
terrible,
if you're
by the way.
speaking another language, where you're speaking English, you will have a
Go ahead,
Russian
Rob.
dialect.
A dialect is a particular form of language which is peculiar to a specific region or social group. This novel is written in the dialect of Trinidad, or a particular version of a programming language.
Interesting.
So I think an accent is clearly just the way you speak, but a dialect is more regional.
Okay.
Like it can involve styles of things.
I get
Okay,
it. I
all
get
right,
it.
so you're talking...
It involves different words, using specific words to a region.
Like Creole?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Look at me.
Accent is just how it sounds with the same words. Dialect is just a different
So you have
kind
a
of language.
Baltimore accent, but you have a...
But a Baltimore
So,
dialect
when they
it would also involve things like hey there hun.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a
Or
dialect.
down
phrase.
by the shore.
I
Yeah,
think
down
they're
to
kind of
ocean.
Down to
interchangeable
ocean.
because, I know when you go to study an Irish dialect,
Right.
you study... I went to a course called the Irish dialect, and the teacher was like, when you want to say nighttime, you do it with an OY sound, which makes it night time.
Right.
I think that
or
was
if you
called
want
dialect.
to ask someone to fight, you say foit.
Fight.
Foyt.
Fight.
So I don't know, but anyway.
But anyway, I'm just going on what's written here. They're calling this a new English dialect, and it's based on the fact that the Latin population is bilingual.
Yes.
And this is crazy. Like, I'm going to read a phrase. Oscar, I want you to tell me if you can tell me what it means.
Okay.
Bajar de carro.
Get out of the car.
Yes, but it's technically translated as get out of the car, but bajar means to get down.
Mm-hmm.
So people
Bajar del carro.
people in Miami are saying in English, we're going to get down from the car when they get out of the car.
Oh,
But no English speaker will know that, right?
Well, they won't. They'll hear them say it in English. They'll say, "Come on, get down out of the car."
I was really hoping it was going to be people on the Southwest Coast ask everybody, when did you get back?
No, it's not that. No, have
you correct me
well,
up.
that would be a Midwestern
Yeah,
accent,
yeah,
right?
Monday,
yeah.
Tuesday,
But that's not really a
duh.
dialect. Now, have you ever heard anyone in Florida say, "I'm married with them"? Like Oscar is married with Shannon.
So-
I am married with Carrie. You are married with
Estoy
Carlos.
casado con ella.
Yeah, that is because it's translated as
I am married with talent.
Yeah, you are.
And they will also say, based on the phrase "hacer una fiesta," let's make a party.
Yeah,
instead
hacer
of
una
have a
fiesta.
party.
Are they saying
butchering
that this
Spanish?
Yeah, they're butchering Spanish and bringing it back to English.
It's Spanglish. It's Spanglish.
It's Spanglish.
No, I don't think so because
years.
Spanglish to me is the mixture of Spanish and English.
Okay, so this is. I think I got it,
Okay.
guys. It's in Spanish. Spanish from Spain is Castellano, right? Like that is the proper Spanish.
Okay.
To Spanish in Latin America, there are different dialects for every country. So you say things a different way. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can buy into, and maybe I'm just being ignorant of the fact that there's the Latin population is so, I guess, not impressive, but what's the best word to say?
Significant.
Significant,
right?
That now gringos down there are speaking Spanish improperly, and we're just accepting it.
I don't know that it's that. They are translating a Spanish phrase back into English, then saying it in English.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I do that
So
all
does
the time.
it
Maybe it's
eventually
commonplace.
get back into regular English?
Yeah. So if you were
like how would it get back into regular
well,
English?
the very fact that they're saying instead of get out of the car, they're saying get down from the car.
Yeah, but
will somebody say that?
Yeah,
will they say that in English?
These are phrases that are being used in English.
Maybe it's
okay, so it is English.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're saying get down from the car.
Yeah, or make a party, or being married with.
Oh, that's
or
funny.
on accident.
That's funny.
Probably
That
on
is
accident
funny.
as well.
Yes.
But it's because
By the way, I've heard that that's acceptable now.
Get down.
No,
from the car.
not by me. Never by me.
Okay, no, that's
you said it once though.
It's the reverse.
If I said it, it was ironically.
It's the reverse. It's just how
no,
I mess.
you said it legitimately.
No,
I remember
no.
when you said it. You did it on accident.
No, I would never say that. I
Oh
hate
no,
that
you
phrase.
did because we stopped in our
You
tracks.
did.
We did.
All right, I guess I did then. But you know, I am a recovering alcoholic.
Thank you.
Oh no!
I'll take
come
it.
from a broken home.
I'll
It's
take
been-
it. I'll take it.
I'm from a
He
broken
is
home.
in
It's been
recovery,
replaced.
and the first step is to admit it. Thank you.
I like it. I like Oscar's better. I am in recovery.
Yeah.
that makes it worse, right? That makes it like a whole myriad.
You just don't know.
If you
don't
say
know.
recovering alcoholic,
Yeah.
it kind of sounds
Yeah,
like
like,
you're
casual about it.
who's the actor? You're William Holt.
Yeah.
I like
I'm
the
not
idea
Bill
of.
Holden. I'm just, I'm in recovery.
You are in recovery.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what I saw? Do you know what I said? Did we talk about this yesterday? I
What?
don't remember. The top 10 alcoholics in Hollywood. I found that on a deep YouTube
no.
dive.
Wow.
Let me see if I can get them all. I have almost all of them
right.
here.
Can we guess some?
Well, yeah. After, let me get
Okay.
through them first,
All right,
and
okay.
then see if you can throw any other ones in
Okay.
there. Oliver Reed,
Don't know.
you remember
Okay.
him from Gladiator,
Yeah.
and Oliver.
Yeah.
Peter O'Toole,
Yes,
Richard Burton,
I can see that. There he
Oh,
is.
I know that guy.
Errol Flynn,
Yes, absolutely, Errol Flynn.
going way back, John Barrymore.
Oh, he killed him. Yes.
John Barrymore. I'm trying to think it. I might be out. That might be it.
Angela Lansbury.
That is funny.
It-
Do we
Thank
have
you.
time, real quick? Just speaking of old Hollywood,
We have just a
Two
second
seconds.
here. Yes.
there's a tape out there, and I'm going to send it to you, Rob.
All right.
But just it to do it justice is this: it's Goldie Hawn talking about how when she was married to Kurt Russell, she was at her house, and Meryl Streep was there as well, and she was married to this gentleman, Pete Streep, her husband, Meryl Streep's husband.
Pete Streep. I had no idea.
And
I didn't know
Kurt,
Streep was a married name.
Kurt and Pete were, and the whole family was watching the OJ, the Bronco chase.
Oh, the chase. Yeah.
And they realized that Pete, that OJ was going home. So Pete and Kurt ran down the block to OJ's house. So if you look carefully on the OJ news footage, you see Kurt Russell and Pete Street like on the side, like looky loose,
That's
watching the Bronco go
fantastic.
into the actual OJ home, that compound
Yeah.
pulling in, because
Wow.
they lived like 4 blocks away, and they said who's she married to? Who's
Goldie Hawn?
Goldie Hawn says he goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, Pete and I are going to go down and see OJ. So they run down 4 blocks to get there when the Bronco gets there.
That's
Wild.
so funny.
Pete Street.
Yeah,
Pete Street. Just on a. Yeah.
I don't know anything about this Pete Street, but that sounds like classic Kurt Russell. I love that.
And Pete Street used to have a minority interest in a soccer team.
Did he?
It was called the Pete Street Sweepers. Thank you. Thank you. I'm here all week. We got to take a break.
Yeah, we're breaking.
You got to do your thing.
Yeah.
Your thing is going to be coming up next, and we're going to have Rob's flip side, and then I'm going to prepare to leave this home, tidy up as best I can, and go to the airport. Anyway, we'll be right back, everybody. Hot, hot, hot.
Hot.
Sometimes summertime, some. Why do I always mess up my wife's commercial?
You love her.
Summertime is here, and it's time to focus on your... Luckily, Derm Glow has everything you need in one place. Your face, I'm saying. Fellas, Mike's Big or Mike's Little packages are still on sale. Ladies, indulge yourself with Carla's Beauty Bundle. Also on sale now. Discover the latest products from Azul or try the Grande Fantastico Fanning and Curling Mascara. I'm wearing it now. And don't miss the wonders of the Peptide Recovery Mask. I'm wearing it on my right shoulder with Derm Glow. Enjoy fast shipping and worldwide delivery. They even offer Afterpay for your convenience. Enhance your loveliness with virtual skin consultations and find the perfect products for you. And if you can't decide, an e-gift card from Derm Glow is always a winner, a wiener. Visit dermglowskin.com today, the ultimate facial boutique featuring facials and products by the pampering esthetician. Reach out today and tell them that Red Sox pitching great Bill Evely
Funny.
sent you. All hail the spaceman.
Hello.
It's my daughter.
The flip side.
I always feel that when Conan O'Brien does his podcast, he's okay making himself look like a dick.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a pretty funny moment
absolutely.
that Oscar sent me. He was interviewing Harrison Ford. And
For the upcoming film.
yeah. And
Well, it's out now.
And Harrison Ford is at his utmost Harrison Ford-ishness, I guess is the word. He's very Ford-esque. And this is how the interview sort of kicks off.
Born and raised in Chicago to an Irish/German father.
Well, if that's the quality of your research. And I imagine it is because right there it says Harrison Ford, and then you had to write down Han Solo.
Yeah, I did.
You can't remember that?
No, I can't. I can't remember Han Solo.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I wrote down because I heard that you were in some of the Star Wars films. And this was news to me because I've seen those films and I don't exactly think you pop.
Well,
I didn't recognize, I'm sorry.
whoa.
But I mean, I remember Chewbacca. I remember the bad guy with the black helmet.
Well,
And then there's some people.
how come you're not still on television?
I think it's quite obvious why I'm not still on television.
How come you're not still on television?
That's awesome.
He looked at his notes
That's
and it
awesome. Look,
literally says Han Solo. You see in the video, you're like, oh my God.
That's really, it's so bad.
That
Mike,
is so funny. And I think we've all had I think we've had the summer of Harrison Ford, haven't we? We've had plenty of Harrison
Oh, I'm
Ford.
still
It's
a
shame.
fan.
I wish the movie was a smash. I wish the
Well, it's
best
not
thing
so
they
bad.
ever did.
At the end
Okay.
of the end of the weekend, as of I guess Sunday,
yeah,
$85 million. Not terrible.
not
So
terrible.
it's chugging a little bit.
It's
chugging a little
we've
bit.
seen worse.
Yeah,
We've seen much
yep.
worse.
Oh, the Flash.
Yeah.
Poor Flash. Mike, remember this lady?
I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting off in everyone.
Having trouble hearing it, Rob. I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
it is the lady that had the rave out on American Airlines saying that there was an imaginary person on the flight.
Yep. Yeah, and she looked almost normal.
Do you know who was on that flight with her?
Who?
Good news. He posted on social media to let us know he was there. Carrot Top.
Hi, everyone. I just want to let you know I made it home. I give my hats off to everyone at American Airlines today for how they handled the situation that nut job just lost her mind in front of the whole plane. 5 hours later, we're here in Orlando. I hope you're having a relaxing evening behind bars in Dallas, Texas. Hope you enjoyed your little stunt.
Carrot Top now looks like a muscular corpse from the Well of the Souls.
Yeah. Though he was on the plane.
Yeah, but he was.
He really does articulate the way probably most of the people felt on that flight.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he does. And he still manages to look stunning.
Man, you know, wow. Talk about, there's a guy that's had a nipper a tuck.
Oh, yeah.
I don't say it.
Is he still buff? Is he
Oh,
still
yeah.
Still buff. Still buff.
Oh, there he is.
Still buff.
Yeah. That's a look there, boy.
Oh, Carrot. And Mike, let's close with this. It's a comic named Greg Warren. And he went to Alaska and they told him something about hiking that he didn't quite grab onto.
I was in Alaska. It's amazing. But they have bears, you know. They told me if I was going to go hiking, I had to buy this bear spray. It costs $60. Just so you guys know, this stuff, it's not like off. Like, you're supposed to spray the bear. Or like, you don't apply it to yourself like regular insect spray, which they should make that more clear on the can. Like, all it said was aim for the eyes. So I was hiking out there, and I didn't see any bears, you know. I mean, the first day I didn't see anything because of that spray, but...
You don't apply bear spray to yourself, Mike. That's the
No, that'll cause a world of hurt.
A world of hurt. That's all I have for you today.
Oh, that's it. That's it. That's come on over here, Michael.
Yay.
Say goodbye to everybody, all right? You've been bothering me for the whole show. So, would you like to say goodbye from Boston?
The time from Boston, the time.
Goodbye, Judy.
That's a
There
great
you go.
hat. It's a great hat.
The boys will take you through tomorrow. I will see you Monday, and thank you for allowing me these little changes to everything. I look forward to it. Great job with the video for Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana. Mike O'Mara is saying, so long, everybody.
Fruitcake.
Ciao,
Buy
ciao.
them.
Yes, buy them, please.
Thank you.
Want
Today.
more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara bonus show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
It burns! What?
Game over. Keep
I'm over
practicing.
here now.
It's
I'm over here now. I'm over here now.